The government will roll out its long-awaited subsidy rationalisation program for RON95 petrol by mid-next year. Dr. Deboshree Ghosh from Taylor's University discusses strategies for effective implementation to ensure the right groups are recognised for the assistance.
The only problem with such income-based categorization or subsidization is actually recognizing individuals who deserve it. Now, if we go by fleet cards, yeah, of course, diesel subsidy fleet cards were obviously there. But if you follow on what happened, the initial reaction was the issue of the fleet cards had to go through so many ministries and issuing. There was a delay in issuing, so on and so forth. But when the inflation figures came in, the inflation figures did not show any increase in inflation, not much increase in inflation. One of the reasons being there was a lot of exclusion for diesel subsidization. And also, if you look at the CPI index, diesel only accounts for 0.2% of the CPI basket. So the weightage is very low. Whereas the stakes of the petrol subsidy is quite high. It's 5.5%. So any misguided or misspecified implementation of the subsidy could backfire very bad. So if we do go by the fleet card model, and we want to ensure that everybody who deserves it has a fleet card and can use and get the subsidy. So if I'm looking at gig workers or somebody who's working in a factory and who has no idea how to register for that fleet card, then he or she also loses the right to having the subsidized fuel.
With the T15 group and foreigners accounting for 40% or 8 billion ringgit of the petrol subsidies, Dr. Deboshree highlights areas where these savings could be redirected.
One, of course, is healthcare. So in Malaysia, actual proper healthcare and even simple things like cancer hospitals are not available in all states, right? It's very difficult. The detection is late. There is high mortality. So things like healthcare availability for the normal people, local people, is very important. Second, of course, is education. One thing that was very surprising in this budget was there was a talk of not focusing on mega projects. Now, it's of course helpful with the subsidization being moved away from T15, so on and so forth. But what it also does is introducing things like minimum wages, right? So from 1,500 to 1,700. So this is going to hit the firms. This is going to hit the suppliers. So if we also take away the infrastructure development plans or the mega project planning, okay, then it would not be good for the suppliers for that matter. So if this saving that Malaysia would have, with respect to the subsidization, targeted subsidization, first, of course, definitely healthcare. Second, education. And then, of course, at some point in time, we have to go back to our mega projects.